Yes, bro.
It don't even turn my camera on, but should be alright.
Did you want to start first, or do you want me to start?
But you can start with what you was claiming in the messages and on your video. Whichever one you want to
Okay.
start with.
I got some other things, yeah, that I want to ask you about, yeah. So, so basically, Muhammad's encounter with Gabriel, yeah, I personally think that was demonic, innit? Because
That wasn't part of the
Muhammad,
steps, but it's okay. You can bring it up. It's okay.
yeah, yeah, I think it was demonic, bro. Because why would an angel of God like forcefully like tell him read, 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 and he's saying I can't read, and the angel saying read, read, read until like you know what I mean? It's I feel like that's forceful in it. I don't think an angel of God would force someone to read when they can't or recite when they can't. So to me personally, I think that's demonic. What do you think?
I don't think that's demonic at all.
You don't think so? You don't think so?
Nope. You used to go to Luke 1, verse 12, even 11 from 12. It says, Then an angel of the Lord appeared to him, talking about Zechariah, standing at the right of the altar of incense. Then when Zechariah saw him, he was startled and grippled with fear. And then you go and it talks about how he fell to his knees and fainted. So there's nothing wrong with being in fear from seeing the angel of the Lord. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But now that I've
Mm.
answered your point about that, can we stay on track as to what the claims was on the messages?
Okay, so one of them was why you faced why you face Mecca when God is north, east, south, and west.
God isn't north, east, south, and west. God establishes himself on his arsh, on his throne. His knowledge is everywhere, north, east, south, and west. That's the context of it. His knowledge is everywhere. He's aware of everything going on in every single place.
So how does he see everything that everyone does if he's not everywhere?
He's all powerful. God says multiple times in the Quran, He's all seeing, He's all knowing, and He's all hearing. So it's clear as day to us believers in that believe in the Quran to know that. But it's okay that you misunderstood that. It's okay. I don't expect you to know too much.
So what do you so what would you so what is the okay, so you said it's unity, it's about unity, which
Yeah,
is
it's
why
about
you think
unity to pray in one direction.
but to me I just that doesn't make sense like the need to face one
It
direction.
doesn't have to make sense to you.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't have to make sense to you. Religion isn't up to your standard. It's not up to your standard. It's up to God's standard. And if God wants there to be a unity, then there will be a unity. We don't live for you. We live for God.
So what do you think about the direction of prayer being changed specifically for Muhammad to
I don't
please
see nothing
Muhammad?
wrong with it. Again, with that, right? When you said it, you're saying he was trying to convince the Jews, etc., etc. What happened was the Jews would actually criticize the Muslims, saying, "Oh, you're praying the same way as us. You're just trying to be like us, etc." And they'll criticize them and harassment. And you can actually look this up as well. So what actually happened was the Prophet made a dua and he asked Allah to change the direction so the Jews cannot criticize us. And then Allah accepted it and made it the opposite way.
Think he was trying to convince them like to follow and stuff like that, but they rejected it. So because they rejected it, because it even says like he's giving them proofs and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
he's shown them the way and they rejected it. But he
Yeah,
didn't
and they
change the
reject.
direction because they rejected it. It was changed because they would criticize us and say that we're copying them. And he's trying to show them that we're not like you, we're different. That's literally it. It's black and white, clear as day.
So what do you think about him saying that he wanted to make all of the Arabian Peninsula Muslim? He wanted to explore all the Jews and Christians and just make it
Nothing
purely
wrong with that.
Muslim.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's
For
nothing wrong
example,
with
if
that.
you was to spread the truth,
Mm.
why would you not want to spread it to the whole world? Do you get my point?
Yeah, no, I hear that. I hear
Exactly
that.
that.
Yeah.
But again, even that you're going off track. That had nothing to do with what we were speaking about in the text. But I still answered it. It's okay though. But I'd like us
Yeah,
to stay on track.
you want us to stay on chat?
A hundred
I can't
percent,
lie, bro.
yeah.
I forgot. Okay. What was the other points I made? I forgot. I
So
can't
we
lie.
spoke about direction.
Mm.
I'll answer that. Give me a second. My Wi-Fi. Whoa, what the hell's going on? I cleared that up. And then next you said, why do we only mention the Prophet's name in prayer? And then you said, we the same way you look at Jesus as God is the same way we look at the Prophet. There's nowhere in the Quran or Sunnah that claims the Prophet is God. We don't even believe the Prophet is God, so we don't look at him the same way you look at Jesus. And that claim was crazy because you literally said, quote, The same way Christians look at Jesus is the same way the Muslims look at Muhammad. We don't. We look at him as a prophet and only a prophet. There's nothing more, nothing less. And your claim we only mention him in prayer is a lie. That's a lie. The salawat, اللهم
Yeah.
صل على محمد ولا علي محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم ولا علي إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد, translates to, O Allah, honor and have mercy upon the Muhammad and the family of Muhammad as you have honored and had mercy upon Abraham and the family of Abraham. So we don't just mention the Prophet's name. We mention Abraham as well. And then does that mean Abraham's God? No. We're just praising him. And you said we worship him in that prayer. But it clearly says, O Allah, honor and have mercy upon Muhammad. Which means we're praying to Allah, asking him to have mercy upon Muhammad. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Peace and blessings be upon him.
But why would he need to have mercy on Muhammad?
Why does he need to have mercy? Because Allah tells us in the Quran, He says, indeed, in chapter 33, verse 56, He says, indeed, Allah showers His blessings upon the Prophet and His angels pray for him. O believers, invoke Allah's blessings upon him and salute him with worthy greetings of peace. So Allah tells us to send peace and blessings upon the Prophet. So we do so. We don't worship him, we just send him praises.
So why is it okay? So this kind of ties into that, yeah.
Yeah.
So why is it that if someone, like, for example, like in France, I don't know if you heard about in France, yeah, they drew a cartoon of Prophet Muhammad, yeah,
Yeah.
and then people went out to kill in the name of Prophet Muhammad. Why do people get so like aggy and like worked up over Prophet
First
Muhammad?
of all, anything to do with a picture, we get worked up about, because in Islam, you're not allowed to have like a picture or like a painting that represents to have a soul. That's not allowed in our religion. That's one. And two,
Have a what?
you're not allowed to have like a picture or like a statue that represents to have a soul.
It represents to have a soul.
Yeah, example, if you make a statue, it's representing to have a soul. It's representing to be someone or something. That's forbidden in our religion. That's not allowed. And two, it's very, very, very disrespectful, because we weren't alive in the Prophet's time, so we're not going to know what he looks like. So for them to bring a picture of what they call looks like the Prophet is disrespectful, because now how many people are going to believe that's what the Prophet looks like? And the whole time that could be a picture of anyone or anything. You know what I mean? That's the point. So I cleared up two. There was another one. Let me find it. Okay, the Quran. You said there were 7 Qurans.
Good afternoon, Farida. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you checked, yeah, but it said that Uthman actually burnt previous Qurans. Now you said that all the Qurans were the same and stuff like that. How would you know if it was burnt?
Because there's a hadith from that time narrating it. There's a hadith in that time narrating why there was burnt. And I can read it to you. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. It says, let me go to, because it's a big hadith, so I'm just trying to find the right verse. Bear with me.
Yeah.
It says Hudayfa bin al-Yaman came to Uthman at the time when the people of Sham and the people of Iraq were waging war to conquer Armenia and somewhere else, which I don't know how to pronounce, but nevertheless, Hudayfa was afraid of the people of Sham and Iraq making a difference in the recitation of the Quran. So Uthman said to them, O chief of believers, save the nation before they differ about the book as the Jews and Christians did before. And then it talks about the different recitation of the book. Recitation, it doesn't say different words, it says a recitation. And for example, I'm Yemeni, right? So for the word tomato, we would say tomat. Syrians would say differently, but they both mean tomato.
Yeah, no, I hear that. That's like English.
Do you have an understanding of dialect?
No, do you know what it is? It's when you look at it objectively, then you see a different view. Obviously, you're looking at it from the standard Islamic narrative, so that's why you're saying what you're saying. But if you look at it differently, then you'll come to.
Even if I look at it different, for example, I'm not a Muslim because my family was Muslim. I stepped away and I looked at it with an open mind. I read the Bible, I read the Quran, and the Quran made so much more sense to me compared to the Bible.
Why did it make more sense to you?
For example, you believe God is all forgiving, all powerful.
Yeah.
So why did God have to become a man to die for your sin? And then, if God died for the sins of the people in his time and after his time, and the people that believe in him, then what about the people before Abraham? What about the people before that and before that that never witnessed Jesus to believe in him? What, are they going to go heaven?
Yeah, they will be saved
How would they be saved? You
because
have
obviously
to.
he's merciful. He's merciful, innit? So obviously
Oh,
there was no one around at the time
so they
to.
were saved without him being there, but suddenly he had to come as a man to save the people. How does that make sense?
Because obviously it comes out of Judaism, innit?
It doesn't
So
make
obviously
sense, in my opinion, that God had to lower his standards. And for example, you claim Jesus is God who's all powerful, all knowing. He doesn't even know the last hour. When you read the Bible, it clearly states Jesus is not God. When it says, for example, me and the Father are one. When you read more down the line of that verse, it talks about I'm in the Father and my disciples are in me. So that means the disciples are one. Does that mean the disciples are God? No.
no, it's not. It's not in that. Not in that way. I think you're looking at it in a different way. Like it's not in that sense. It's
But again,
like
even if you used to look more in the Bible, Jesus clearly states, I am a prophet. So when you look in the Bible, he claims he's a prophet. He doesn't once say the word, I am God, worship me. Then how
he
can we
doesn't
take
say
him as
it
God?
word for word, but he alludes to it.
But he said
Yeah,
the word for word that I am a prophet. He
yeah,
says
but
word for word, the Father sent me to spread the message, but he never stated the word for word, I am God, worship me. This is what I believe. Further on down the line, people made mistakes and they read context wrong. People added their own words into the Bible, took words out, and they made people believe that Jesus is God. Literally. But back on track, we don't want to make this what's the word? Them people with mics on YouTube, what's the word? A podcast. Yeah, I don't want to make this a podcast. So back on track. The next point you made was that we about Abraham building the Kaaba. Yeah.
yeah, Abraham never went. He never went to Arabia, bro.
That's for you to
Never.
believe. We
He
believe he
never.
did because in the Quran it states he did. So if we're gonna believe he
Yeah,
did,
because it
then he
was.
did.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It was changed. They changed it to Muhammad appropriated biblical characters, biblical people, and he changed the story, changed the narrative. So that's why you believe that he went to Arabia when he never did.
Okay, so who built the Kaaba then?
The Kaaba was pre-Islam.
So who
The
built it?
pagans used to worship
So who built it?
at that thing.
So who
The
built it?
pagans,
The
the
pagans built it,
pagans,
and what's the evidence of that?
the pagans worshipped that thing
Yes, they
pre-Islam.
worshipped it, but I'm asking you, what's your proof the pagans built it?
The pagans built it, bro.
You can't just
Trust
say
me.
the pagans built it. What's your
The
evidence?
pagans
You can't
built it.
just say what you
If you
think.
check, no, but if you check, if you do your research, you'll see the pagans built it.
Everything I'm saying to you, I brought evidence. Even claims you've made about Islam, I brought evidence. You're claiming it was built by pagans. I'm asking you, what is your evidence?
It's history, bro. You just
History.
have
So where's
to.
the
I'll have to
evidence?
send it to
So
you.
show me the evidence.
Huh?
So show me the evidence.
I can't show you the evidence
You
like
can't show me the
now,
evidence.
but obviously I'll have to send it to you in it. But
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
if
yeah.
you, if you check, if you
Whenever
check,
you find the evidence, just send me a screenshot. Whenever you do find it, but I'll show you in the Quran
yeah,
where it
sure.
shows that he did build it. And remember, when we made the sacred house a center and sanctuary for the people, saying, "You made it the standing place of Abraham as a site of prayer, and we entrusted Abraham and Ishmael to purify the house for those who circle it and meditate in it, and those who bow and prostrate themselves in prayer." So that's our proof that he built it. Your proof that you're claiming, you haven't showed evidence, which is, it's okay. Whenever you find evidence, just show me, and then we'll go
Yeah, I'll
over
show
it.
you. Yeah, yeah, no, no. All of these things, yeah, I'll have to go over it. Like I'll have
Yeah,
to show
yeah.
you. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I don't really have it
Okay. Yeah.
offhand.
So that's the fourth one I've cleared up. The last and final one was the of women having to wear garments. Sorry, not garments, to cover themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your claim was
Hold
Uthman radiallahu anhu told the Prophet to tell the women to cover themselves.
hold on.
Correct?
Let me get.
But you have another device.
Yeah, yeah. I have another device.
So why don't you use that device to show me that the pagans built the Kaaba?
Because I'll have to search it up and innit?
Yeah, alright, you could do your
Yeah,
research in your own
yeah,
time. So yeah,
yeah,
I do verify that hadith you
yeah.
stated about the
Hmm.
women having to cover themselves is correct. It is an authentic hadith. It's
Yeah.
authentic, I believe in it.
Hmm.
And then it was brought into the Quran that they should do that. Where does that show its force? that the Quran or the religion is false.
Because if a man it's supposed to be the word of God, right?
Yeah,
Straight
but
from
guess
God.
what? But
So how
when
can a man put his own idea into the Quran if
he
it's supposed to
didn't,
be
he
from God?
didn't, because when he told the Prophet to tell the
Yeah.
women to cover themselves, the Prophet
Hmm.
didn't listen to him. He didn't accept what he said. He left,
Yeah.
and he left for a long time. He didn't listen to him. He didn't accept it. He denied it. And then over time, Angel Jibril came to the Prophet and told him that Allah has commanded this, this, and that. That's why. So he didn't accept it. He actually denied it because it wasn't an order from Allah. Like how are you gonna tell me to add this? Like how are you gonna tell me to add this when Allah didn't command it? So he denied him.
I still nah, bro.
You can
Wait,
reject it
let
all you
me-
want. I've answered it. He told the Prophet to tell them to cover themselves. The Prophet denied it because it wasn't a command from Allah. It was a command from him. And then over some time, Allah told the angel Jibreel to tell the Prophet that the women should cover themselves.
at the request of
No, it wasn't at the
the
request
man,
of him.
right?
It wasn't at the request of him
It
because the
wasn't at the
Prophet
request
denied
of
him.
him.
The Prophet didn't accept his request. If the Prophet accepted it, he would have done it straight away. He denied it and walked away because it wasn't a command from God. It was a command from man.
So what about this one? Yeah, Sahih Al Bukhari 62
Sorry, wait,
40.
let me get it up. Sorry, Sahih Bukhari.
Yeah,
What 62?
6240.
6240. Let me get it up. Okay.
Yeah. So the wife of the Prophet Umar bin al-Khattab used to say to Allah's people, "Let your wives be veiled," but he did not do so. The wives of the Prophet used to go out to answer the call of nature at night only at Al-Manasi. Once Sauda, the daughter of Zama, went out, and she was a tall woman.
Yep. So
Umar
he
bin
told them to cover yourself, and they didn't do so because it wasn't revealed in the Quran at that time for them to do so.
Yeah,
Allah
so
didn't
that's what
command it yet.
I
Again,
think.
again, my point. Why are they going to accept man's point when God didn't command it? It was after
Yeah,
when God commanded it, the women then
that's
covered themselves.
right. That's what I'm saying. So for the man told Muhammad to put this in there, and then suddenly God commanded it, and then they did it. That's what I'm saying.
That
It all
doesn't
starts from a
that doesn't
man. That's
mean
what I'm
he took
saying.
what the man said and put it in the book because he denied it. Did
Yes,
did did
yes,
the
that's what
verse
he
you
did,
just read
bro.
not say when he said to do it, they did not do so?
Yes, they
So
didn't
they
do
denied
so.
his saying.
You're
And then when
right.
God commanded it, they done it. Which shows that him saying
That's what
it
I'm
had
saying.
no 10 pence on top to add it into the Quran at all because they denied it. He asked them to do it and they denied it. They said no. This is my point. You're reading something and you're staying attached to it without actually looking at it, like really looking at it. I say to you, go rob a bank, and you say to me, no, you're not gonna rob a bank. Someone else that heard that convo said to you, let's go rob a bank, and you accept his offer and go do it. Did you accept my offer or his offer?
His offer.
Thank you. So when they're telling the Prophet to tell the women cover themselves, and the Prophet denies it, and then Allah tells tells Angel Jibreel to tell the Prophet tell the women cover themselves, and he accepts it. He didn't. He accepted God's offer, not the people's offer. The same way you just told me you accepted the other person's offer, not mine, to rob a bank. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing.
You said Allah commanded it, yeah? Gabriel told Allah, innit?
Because every revelation doesn't go from God to the Prophet. It goes through the Holy Spirit, which is Angel Jibreel.
Yeah, so
So what?
yeah, so what hadith is that?
What evidence is that?
No, what hadith? What hadith
There's
is
multiple
that?
evidence in the Quran that says the Angel Jibreel came and gave revelation to the Prophet. Even the story in
No,
the cave shows that.
I'm saying the one for covering up for the hijab. What hadith is that?
It's okay. In the Quran, verse 33,
Chapter 33.
chapter 33, sorry, verse 59. O Prophet, ask your wives, daughters, and believing women to draw their cloaks over their bodies. In a way, it is more likely that they will be recognized as virtuous and not be harassed. And Allah is all forgiving, all merciful. And we can acknowledge every revelation goes from Allah to the angel Jibreel to the Prophet. So if this verse is Allah speaking, saying, O Prophet, ask your wives, daughters, and believing women to draw the cloaks over their bodies, then we can say that came from God, the angel Jibreel, to the Prophet. Because it's in the Quran. Every verse in the Quran is not from man. It's from Allah to the angel to Muhammad. Peace and blessings be upon him. That's the exact proof.
Whether you
No.
accept it or not, I've gave the correct answers. It's just down to you whether you want to accept it or not, literally. But it's okay
Yeah.
though. It's
Yeah.
okay. I've
Yeah.
answered all of them, and the thing is as well. After I've answered you, every doubt you've had, with all due respect and honesty, I literally don't want to see another video of you giving at these claims on TikTok or to people because I've given you the answer. So it's up to you whether you want to accept it or not.
Yeah. Nah, bro, man. I don't accept that.
Then it's okay for you not to accept it. But I've given the answer though, which means you can't
Yeah,
go out and make these doubts again because I've given you the answer.
You've given me. Yeah. You've given me
Yeah.
your answer.
So
The
if it's okay with you, if it's okay with you, now that I've refuted all of your points, can we go to the Bible?
Yeah. Yeah. Come.
Okay, let's go to the Bible.